Hi, welcome to Statics. We're going to talk about rounding off numbers and why we do it and how to do it. So if I were to measure my height, let's say, and with a yardstick, basically a common yardstick, and I was to tell you that my height is h, find another marker. I was to tell you that my height is h equals 5.8632447 feet. I think we would all understand there's no way a common yardstick can measure to that level of precision. This is essentially a fictitious precision that we don't actually have. In fact, probably for the most part, these numbers are essentially like random numbers. Maybe I measured it, I don't know where they came from, but you might imagine maybe I measured myself with some kind of a electronic device and reported to that number of digits. But we probably would say, yeah, I believe this, 5.86 feet. But the rest of these are kind of random numbers. If I was to report this like an engineering report, that would be essentially expressing an untruth because we don't really know it to this level of precision. So we don't want to do that. I see it all the time with engineers, even very seniors here at Wentworth, and in the field, actually, in engineering field, junior year engineers would will sometimes report precision that's beyond our level of accuracy. In this class, for the most part, we're going to report our answers in 3 significant figures. So that would be 1, 2, 3 significant figures. And then the value of this last figure is going to be either rounded up or rounded down, depending on what the value of the next digit over is. In this case, we have a 3. So I think we understand that probably we're going to round down to 5.86 feet as our reported height to 3 significant figures. Basically the standard rule is if this digit here, I'll put I, is between 4 and 0, then we're going to round down. Am I standing in front of it? Yep, here it is. We're going to round down. And if that value I, and again I is the value of the digit beyond the number of significant figures that we actually have full total confidence in. If the next one here is between 9 and 5, then we're going to round up. Okay, it's that easy. Not really no ambiguity about it. There is one sort of rule. So it can be confusing. A lot of people get this messed up. But if you had reported, not this entire range of digits, but let's say I had reported 5.865. Try it again, 5.865. Let me try it, darken that up for you a little bit. That's not much better, a little better. Next time I get a feet. If I had said 5.865 and we wanted to 3 significant digits and we only had the 5, we didn't have like other numbers, in that case there's kind of an extra rule. These rules apply 0 to 4, no problem, round down. In fact, from 6 to 9 we're going to round up, but if it's 5 like it is here, then we're going to make this, if this is even, then we're going to leave it. If we're odd, then we would change it. So 5.865 goes to 5.86 feet. In other words, that's the rounded off result. And if this were 5.875, because this 7 is an odd number, then this will be 5.87. 5.87 feet. But remember, that only applies, this kind of odd rule where you pick, depend on whether it's even or odd, that's only if you have a 5 here on that next digit. If this were between 0 and 4, we would round down. If it were 6 to 9, we would round up. Otherwise, we'll follow this rule. All right, so it's kind of confusing, but just remember, in most cases, we will have this kind of situation. We have many other digits, and you'll just follow these two basic rules here, and you shouldn't have any problem rounding up and rounding down. Just remember to do it, and then I'll write it out here, which is that in this class, almost all the results will be to like 3 significant figures. So I would, just as a common general rule, round to 3, and I'll put sometimes 4. 4 I wouldn't be upset. Sometimes 4 significant figures. We just write here sig fig. I wrote it here because I don't know what's. Let me make sure it's on here. Sig figure. Okay, so in this class, all right, in this class, just to keep that in mind. And typically what we're going to do is we're going to keep all the digits in the interim. Like if you have a sequence of calculations, always keep all the digits until the end, and then at the end you round off. And we'll talk more about that in our next lecture. So I will see you in class.